Of the House of Reps Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, but we're looking at a project, a special project, the whole idea to return to a parliamentary system of government, which is what Nigeria, as an independent country, started off with back in 1960. And arguments, many of the arguments, some of them include that there are so many inefficiencies, you know, it's too expensive. I wanted to ask Honorable Wale Raji, you know, another very topical matter Nigerians are engaging with is this whole question of restructuring. Now, I wonder if there is anything between the two, or that whole idea of restructuring, could it be helped by a parliamentary system? Is it even something that is being thought about as we are considering the parliamentary system? This whole question of restructuring the country.
That's right. Now, the discussion and the proposal is not just limited to the system of government. You know, there are so many other issues that are coming up. You see, what we have done has been to set a stage for national discussion on the way forward. It's an opportunity for us to assess our present situation and then come up with suggestions, contributions that will lead to a better system of government. Now, and let me also make it clear, when we are saying the parliamentary system of government we are looking at, we are not proposing the adoption of the British parliamentary system of government, hook, line, and sinker. You know, we have our peculiarities. And in the course of discussing these bills, this bill and other associated bills, you know, suggestions will come that we will consequential bills will also come up that will enhance, you know, the outcome at the end of the day. You know, so in the course of our consultation so far, we have met some prominent individuals who participated in the First Republic, those who also participated in the Constituent Assembly in 1978 that led to the adoption of the presidential system of government. Just a few days ago, we met a leader, one of the national leaders, you know, in this country, and he admitted that they made a mistake with their recommendation for adoption of a presidential system of government. That, in fact, his opening remark was that, first, I will want to apologize to Nigerians for recommending the presidential system of government. You know, so, and I will also want to urge Nigerians. You see, in Yoruba, there's a Yoruba proverb that we look at issues from different angles. And this is an opportunity for all of us, those who are for and those who are against. Come up with your suggestions. You know,
all right.
What is important?
Daddy in Abuja is waiting to join the program. I beg your pardon, Honorable. So sorry about that. Good morning, Daddy in Abuja.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Uncle Yori, you see, my own contribution is very brief and direct. It's not all about either presidential. Hello, Uncle Yori?
Yes, we can hear you.
It's not all about either presidential or parliamentary. It's all about the people. The question is, or the issue is, as Nigerians, or as a people, are we ready to change? Even if you turn the whole thing to angelic system, if we as the people did not change, if we still remain whom we are, whom we have been, the system will still be rotten. The whole system will still be the same. So it's all about nothing is wrong about the presidential. It's America and other nations not running it. We are talking of the cost. If the honorable or the honorable there is discussing about the cost, we all saw what happened with the SUV they are buying. Is it the same system we are going to be running? So there's nothing wrong about this as system. It's all about the people. If we as a people are ready to change, are ready to change our character, our behavior, is it the system that is making people to be embezzling money? Is it the people that is making things? No, I mean, is it the system that is making people to be embezzling money? Is it the system that is making people not to be honest? Is it the people? It's all about us, starting from the family, down to the ward, down to the village, down to the local government, down to the state, down to everywhere. It's not about the system. Let us do other things, Uncle Yori. Thank you, please.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Derek, contributing that point of view, that at the end of the day, it's about the people, is Derek's point of view. I don't know. I hear you. Everybody is entitled to their say. But there are many imperfections. A lot of people agree. But Derek is saying it's not really about this. It's not about the institutions. It's about the people that are working the institutions. Now, you were saying, Honorable Wale, that it must not be understood that the project you are promoting is to adopt for example, British parliamentary system, lock, stock, and barrel. Not necessarily. That seems to mean to me that, democracy, can be practiced, depending on the environment it is in which it is. And because, for example, it's good that you made that observation. We see that in the British parliamentary system, the Prime Minister is there on a weekly basis. He's answering questions directly. I don't know. We've not been used to that in a long while for our own chief of government to be answering directly to questions, antagonism, and all of that. So I don't know. That probably, you thought about all these things, right? When you say that, it doesn't mean we'll adopt the British way of going about it, or if people have been watching British parliamentary debates, that's not necessarily what you're bringing here. Is that right?
Is part of the attraction, in the parliamentary system of government, and that's what we are talking about when we say it promotes accountability, it promotes openness, So the fact that the Prime Minister is also a member of the Parliament and is the weekly question time is an integral part of the system, So once if you adopt it, it's the Prime Minister is compelled, as a matter of must, to address, the Parliament on a weekly basis and issues of concern. We are talking of insecurity, for instance, in the country, insecurity, inflation, and all what have you. It's an opportunity for the Prime Minister to address the issue directly, So, and and also, that under the parliamentary, it provides for it makes room for active opposition. Now, as we have the cabinet, the government cabinet, we also have the shadow cabinet of the opposition. For every ministry, you have a shadow minister who will be scrutinizing and from time to time will be criticizing, the policies of the government party. You know, so I mean, all these advantages. When we look at the disadvantage, I mean, the advantages. You know, I mean, it's we believe that is the way to go. And let me also emphasize the fact that what we have put forward are bills. I mean, the bill for the transition from presidential to parliamentary. And the process of lawmaking, you know, it has a process, presentation of bill. There will also be opportunity, you know, for people to make contribution, you know, when it gets to the presentation to the public, you know, for contribution, you know. So we will still get to that stage, and it will give everybody opportunity. Those that are public, I mean, during the public hearing, you know, it will give those who are for, you know, to advance their own reasons, and those who are against to advance their own points, you know. So at the end of the day, the majority of opinion, you know, will carry the day, you know. So
okay, one moment, Honorable. Let me bring in Yinka, who has called in from Kaduna. Good morning, Yinka.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling in. Go ahead, please.
Please, Uncle Yori, I will want to commend the 60 lawmakers that came up with this idea of a parliamentary system of government. In fact, it's a fine one, but at the same time, I just wish it will not be the type of this corrupt government we are into. And I pray it will work out as they intend to proceed on it comes 2032, as the lawmaker have just told us.
2031.
I would like also want to commend the Honorable Wale Raji, who happened to come from my constituency, Ekpe Federal constituency. In fact, he's a gentleman who is doing greatly to the Ekpe people. I wish him all the best. He has been representing Ekpe constituency as excellent performance. We wish him all the best.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. You are doing good.
Thank you, ma'am, for calling in. Got some kudos from the home front now. Now, tell me, because
I only hope that he has transferred his voters card to Ekpe, so that he will be able to continue to vote for us in Ekpe.
Oh, okay then. Now, the other little thing is that, does this whole idea involve a single House of Parliament? Or because isn't this whole matter about the House of Reps and the Senate particularly attached to the presidential system? Can you still have that when in a parliamentary system? We will be talking about an upper house.
Yes, we can. I mean, bicameral legislature is not alien, you know, or incompatible with parliamentary system of government. In Britain, we have the House of Lords, you know, which is similar to our Senate here, and we have the Parliament, the House of the Congress, you know. So at the end of the day, we can still retain based on our proposal, we'll still retain the Senate from where the ceremonial president will emerge, and the House of Representatives from where the Prime Minister will emerge. You know, so that's our proposal. But at the end of the day, it is the decision of Nigerians, you know, that really matters. You know, if in the opinion of Nigerians, we should have a single parliament, I mean, unicameral. If you have unicameral, fine. If at the end of the day, the opinion, the majority, the decision of the majority of Nigerians is that we should have bicameral, so be it. So, but what is important is that we have ignited that movement towards the parliamentary system of government.
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Sani Adenuga, who's called in from the UK. Good morning, Sani.
Good morning, and thank you for today's topic. And I think I just want to say it's a very good discussion that the current National Assembly, especially House of Representatives, they are having. Because clearly, it's not just the cost of governance that is very high currently in our country. We have to factor in our population explosion. We're talking of the mega revenue that we have compared to over 200 million people that we have to cater for. And it's needless to say that it's expensive, the kind of the presidential system of government we're running. And of course, some people have said, "Oh, is the people are the people going to be different?" Let's not deceive ourselves. The system, sociologists will tell you that 75% of us as human beings is a factor of environment where we're raised. The system is what produces people. There is nothing like bad or good person. We don't like the politicians that we find in our country today, but the system produced them. So let's not deceive ourselves and say, "Oh, if we continue to run presidential system of government, it's going to be good." I do not think so. That it's going to be good. But however, we have to be mindful, because for our former leaders who adopted the presidential system of government, I think probably there was that euphoria of maybe, something new. Now, I heard the parliamentarian there saying about using the British system, but we also have to look at the French system. We don't necessarily have to have a prime minister, because look at what happened recently in the United Kingdom, where a prime minister that had the mandate of the people, that was elected, was removed by the member of the House of Commons. Just imagine such scenario in our society where we have our default vote lines. You can imagine what's going to really happen. We have to really very, very careful.
Okay.
And we have to balance. Probably what I'm suggesting here is that look at the benefits of the presidential, especially at the federal level, then look at the benefit of the parliamentarian system and join the two together. Thank you, the National Assembly, and thanks to Honorable Wale. Thanks, Uncle Yori. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adenuga, calling in from the UK there. Honorable, did you want to comment on that? Because I also introduced you.
What?
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Folari. Yeah, Mr. Folari. Now, I think the suggestion, by the last speaker, is quite interesting. And what he is proposing is probably a hybrid type of hybrid of probably French, the British, and other models of parliamentary system of government. And it's becoming, the discussion, the debate is becoming interesting, and I'm sure by the time we get to the stage of public hearing, public engagement, a lot of ideas will come up, so, and we will, at the end of the day, debate all the options, look at all the options, and adopt what we feel is best for us.
Okay. Now, Honorable Wale Raji, we have a few more moments, and I did